Let's say you're trying to think of the punchline to a setup, right? And you can't get it. What he will do is intentionally think about it so deep to the point where he's just like, oh, this, maybe that. Then he goes to sleep. My brother.
Bro.
I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah.
Creativity, right? Such a big thing, especially for us. We're always relied upon to come up with something.
Yeah, man.
Something new, something innovative, something, you know, genius, right? How do you approach, this is weird, but yeah, how do you approach your creativity?
Do you know what's crazy?
Do you have any like special something?
I used to be, improv was my favorite word. For a very long time, I just enjoyed being on stage.
Yeah.
So whatever came to me, and I think that's what made me who I am, because it was very authentic.
Right.
I felt like
it is hot to...
I think the sun is being creative. It was very authentic, bro. And I remember Angie Lamar, God bless her soul, forever, sitting me down and said, listen, you've got so much to talk about, but you just have to figure out a way of controlling the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, because as stand-ups, 5 minutes set.
Yeah.
10 minutes set, 15 minutes set, 1 hour specials. Like the idea that a lot of people just think people just come up on stage and start performing doesn't work. Like we have to practice, we have to rehearse, we have to. But for me, I've come to understand that I get inspired by everything.
Right.
Always making a mental note. We've got our phones now, put stuff down, and constantly just trying to retell those stories.
Yeah.
Like that's me. Like that's me. I'm always, my brain's always ticking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Always thinking. Like, I think in order to survive in this business, you gotta hold it, man. You gotta be hand in hand with the creativity. Don't be ashamed to always be ticking. Yes, you need to have a come down, like, but that should always be in the back of the mind. How can I turn this into a conversation? How can this be funny?
Yeah.
This sad moment, how can I turn it into something that we can celebrate?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm at, man.
Yeah.
Like, because what do you think your early stages of just the process of getting to do a good stand-up set as opposed to how you are now? What's the difference?
The difference is back then I was young, so I was more free.
Yeah.
I never restricted my mind off of a topic. Whereas now, you know, I might think of something, I'm just like, you get cancelled if you say that. So you put too much blockages in the way.
That proper affects the flow, right?
It does, it really does.
But then I think at the same time also, that's the beauty of being creative, I reckon.
Yeah.
When you have those barriers, you challenge yourself a bit more.
Yeah, you do.
How do I get around it?
Yeah.
What good can come out of this situation?
Well, you know what I've started doing now? I've started saying to myself, what do I really want to say? What does Baba really think?
I get you.
What do I really want to say in this moment? And how can I turn that into something? Because there's no point of me just saying stuff because I know, okay, this is like low-hanging fruit. It's gonna get the crowd, right? It's, you know, it's gonna get them laughing. If you talk about stand-up, it's authentic. It has to come from you, your innermost, deepest thoughts.
Thank you.
Do you understand? So even if you may lose a crowd, you know who's great at this? Chris Rock. Yeah. When you watch him, he says something and he will lose the audience.
He doesn't care.
And then he will get them back.
Because he's loyal to himself.
Yeah.
He's loyal to his true, authentic self.
And you can't deny that even if you disagree, what he said was funny.
But that's what makes us unique. I think we need to tap into that a lot more. Yeah. And I've known that for years.
Started doing that.
I've known that for years where people used to say the African guy, oh, loves talk about Africa. But that was what was real to me. It might just be Africa to you.
Yeah.
You know, it might be Congo
but
to
it was something
It was something to me. Being able, like, growing up as a British African kid and all the challenges and the triumph that comes with it, and being able to, like, convey that message in the most creative way, I just kept it true to myself, not overthinking. I think even now, because we understand the structure and the game and the rules we have to adhere by, we start to overthink a little bit, like you said.
Yeah.
Also with cancel culture.
Yeah.
Oh, if I say this, what will people think? Oh, this might take me over. Do you ever, when you're on stage, and you know what your opening joke will be, and you pretty much know your closing joke.
Yeah, you do.
You get to your closing joke, and it doesn't hit as well as you wanted to. And in your mind, now you're thinking, I need a better closing joke during that time.
Yeah.
But it's actually all right to do your closing joke and keep it moving, because now your brain is ticking to find the big funny.
Yeah.
Where everything is connected.
Yeah.
You've had great moments and sometimes you can have lower moments. That's what I panic I remember I used to panic sometimes. I used to think, oh my God, I've got to find that. And then you lose yourself.
Yeah.
When you're chatting nonsense on stage, now people think you're way over time. Get off. Like, you know, like, it's a reality, bruv.
Can I show you something? I read this book on creativity, yeah? And the guy was basically saying one thing he does that gets his mind ticking is basically, he will, let's say you're trying to think of the punchline to a setup, right? And you can't get it. What he will do is intentionally think about it so deep to the point where he's just like, oh, this, maybe that. Then he goes to sleep. He'll think about it for like an hour. Then he'll go to sleep. By the time he wakes up, he has the answer.
Wow.
And you know why? It's because your brain will always try and figure out. Always try and figure out.
Constantly working.
Yeah.
You've given your brain homework.
Basically. And so that's his, I've never tried that, but that's his trick to creativity, right? And there's so many methods that get people.
But that method could be applied to I like that.
Yeah.
I like that method.
Yeah.
I like that method. How do I get £100? Ask Babatunde.
No.
Go help the local park. I could get a job at Tesco. Let me sleep. By the morning, Babatunde will be smiling at me like this. Head. No, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
The joy of creativity and like being able to connect with other people.
Right.
With that, do you remember years ago when we did our Michael Jackson tribute?
Oh yeah.
On stage, you remember that?
That was
Jay,
dope, yeah.
You know, and the rest of the gang,
Yeah,
by
little man.
Fumbi.
Yeah.
Bro, like I remember us just having fun with that, not overthinking it.
No.
And everything just came into place.
Yeah, and it went over.
Kevin J ended up being the white Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, but that is the beauty of that connection.
And it went over with the crowd. Like they loved it.
They loved it. I think if you're your true authentic self and you don't overthink, you are always going to win, man.
Absolutely.
Always going to win.
But again, going back to what we spoke about earlier on, health is so important to your creativity. If you're not, messed up with the food that you eat or whatever you drink, your mind is free to create. And so you always, like, if you want to be creative, the number one thing is stay healthy.
Sleep.
So yeah, sleep, but stay healthy so your mind is in that mood.
Do you get enough sleep?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh, I make sure.
So important.
I make sure.
So important, man. Like I've come to realize I can't function on no sleep.
Little sleep, no.
Like,
give me my 8 hours, though.
Sometimes 10, leave me alone.